Hello everyone, the Kentucky Patriot here. We're out on the range today. Got my buddy, Old Catfish John, with me. And show them what we got today, bud. Now you've seen these in earlier videos. These are the Brenneke tactical home defense rounds, slugs. Pretty cool rounds, and we tested them in an earlier video. That's good, buddy. With the meat target and the water jugs. Well, we're out here today with a little bit more of an unusual target, a bowling pin. If you've never shot one of these, they're pretty hard, they're pretty stout, they really are. They're a pretty tough target. So we're going to see how these Brenneke, however how you pronounce it, 12 gauge home defense rounds stacked up against a bowling pin. What do you think, bud?
Good.
Let's try it out. Now my little buddy's still on the range with me. But I don't know exactly how this is going to react. I think it'll be fine, but just in case there's little wood shards or something fly back this way, he's got his glasses on and his ear protection on, but I just had him back up a little bit just in case. So safety first. Looks like I hit it. I absolutely cannot believe it. I didn't know if we would get a full pass through or not, but honestly, I kind of thought we would, especially with those Brenneke rounds or Brenneke. I'm just going to say them one way or the other from now on. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. But they are more of a, what I felt like a hard cast bullet. I didn't think they was going to expand like most of my Foster slugs have. I've got Foster slugs that have mushroomed out and flattened out at the house, you know, that I've kept over the years that are huge. So I didn't think this would really flatten out. You are going to be absolutely shocked at the results. Show them what it did here, buddy. It didn't do anything. And I'm not kidding. This isn't a trick camera. This isn't us being any funny business. And a lot of times we like to laugh and have a good time on here, and we, you know, blow up pumpkins and stuff. This is legitimately, I can't believe it. You can see where the way the bullet design is made. I showed in the other video. It's got a little point on it. I'll show you here in a minute. But you can see where the point went in, and it made a perfectly round circle. And there is obviously no pass through because it didn't even really make a dent. I am shocked. I don't know what else to do. I think I'm going to try a regular Foster slug, see if there's a difference. But I knew these were hard. I knew they were tough. But Lord have mercy, I am absolutely in awe here. So I'm going to load it up with a 1 ounce your typical Foster slug, and let's see what happens, see how it compares against these home defense rounds. These were the rounds that we shot. If you didn't see the last video, I showed it up close, but you can see the sides of it here. You can see it's clear. But here's what I wanted you to see. See how it's kind of pointed almost like a round nose, like a full metal jacket? I don't know how good the camera is going to zoom in there, but you can definitely see some depth. That's what hit the bowling pin and penetrated just the slightest amount, and then the rest of it just made kind of a little round mark. But I thought it was very interesting. Now, these are advertised as tactical home defense. So, you know, the pass-through was very, there's very much, you know, probably an extreme amount of penetration for a home defense round, as we found out in the last video with the meat and water jug. But that's why I thought it would do more to the bowling pin than it did. But I kind of thought that it would, you know, at least go halfway through it. So I was really surprised, especially with the design of this. Like I said, I don't think it'll expand or mushroom out like a lot of the Foster slugs or your hollow points. But anyway, I'm going to load it up with a regular Foster slug in 12 gauge configuration against this same bowling pin, and let's see what happens. I'm really glad I have my little buddy back up. The safety always comes first. I didn't really think it was necessary, but I thought just to be safe. Well, now I'm really glad that I did, because if that bullet didn't penetrate at all, it probably ricocheted somewhere. And I know we shoot a lot of tannerite and we shoot a lot of water jugs and meat targets, but when you shoot steel or something that has the potential of ricochet, you can never be too safe. So I really was surprised at the results. I thought we'd get penetration, but we didn't. Nothing like I thought. So you learn something new every day. So if you're ever attacked by bowling pins, keep this in mind. The other thing is now we're just shooting your regular Federal Power Shock. The advertised velocity, most slugs are like 1,600, 1,500 area. This was advertised as 1,610. So that extra 10 feet a second they advertise. Let's see if it makes a difference. But Federal Power Shock, 2 3/4, 1 ounce slug. Let's see what happens. Like I hit him. Well, in all my years of ballistics testing, I really don't know that I have been more shocked than what I have been with these test results. So, you know what we learned from this? if we're going to be hunting bowling pins, slugs are not the answer. What do you think? You agree with that?
Yeah.
I want you to see if you can come down here. It actually penetrated a little bit more as far as deep, but it still went nowhere. Nowhere. Which I was kind of surprised. I thought this would maybe mash it in and the bullet would expand more. But I really thought these home defense rounds would penetrate it. I thought it would be more like a hard cast bullet with penetration. But you see, I knew these bowling pins were tough. I knew they were hard, but I had no idea we would get these kind of results. We got a 22 pistol up here, and Catfish John wants to try out his hand at shooting it. So we're going to try just a 22 LR pistol out of a Smith & Wesson M&P compact and see what a 22 will do against a Brunswick Max bowling pin. You can see it's been scarred and beat all to pieces. Local bowling alley, a friend of ours, give these to us for free, so we're thankful for that. But I mean, they're just a typical bowling pin, just scratched and marred a little bit, perfect for targets. A little pumpkin puree on there from a former video we did today. But yeah, really amazing results. You can hear a little bit of, well, it's not like a coconut, but really, really surprising results. Maybe you guys knew what would happen with the slug, but I will be honest, I am totally shocked. There's probably some fragmentation in there from that round, but really interesting results. Well, we've tried the big 1 ounce slug to really no avail. So now we're going to try a smaller round in the 22 LR. Now, John's only 8, so a 12 gauge shooting a slug's a little bit much for him. He shoots his 20 gauge all the time. But a 22 LR is something he can handle. So he's going to try the pistol into this bowling pin. And let's see how a smaller projectile will work against this big bowling pin. I'm going to take the safety off. Catfish John, whenever you're ready, partner. Just keep shooting. I think you've got 11 or 12 rounds here. Well, so much for that. I was going to let him empty the magazine, but one shot knocked it over. This is fantastic. I really didn't think one shot would knock it over from a 22 LR, but it did. So I was going to let him empty the magazine. But check this out. I don't know if you can see this, but there is an absolute bulge right here. You can see the entry point, and then you can absolutely see where the bullet has went in there. I don't know how to exactly turn it where the camera will pick it up the best. It's kind of hard to tell maybe on camera, but I mean, you can absolutely see it's like a big knot on here. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm really surprised again at the results, but it buried up in there. There's no way you're going to get penetration through something like a 22 into a bowling pin, like a complete pass through. But I thought that was really neat. I wish I could display this a little bit better for you where you could see the bulge here and the knot in this bowling pin, but really cool. So I'll let him shoot a couple more times and we'll check out the results. He's going to shoot again. He said he's going to turn the safety off this time. He's a big boy, so I'm going to let him turn the safety off and shoot when he's ready. Let's go, Catfish John. Show that bowling pin what you're made of. John's hard on that bowling pin. Now this was more of a straight-on shot this time. There is no bulge. It did not penetrate at all, like go through the side like the last one did. It literally hit this, and that was it. So that's why it's always important to never, ever shoot anything target-wise, anything, steel, bowling pins, really anything without safety glasses. Because, you know, anything can happen. It's better safe than sorry. I don't feel like it's really dangerous, but still a little piece fly back and hit you in the eye would not be a good day. But anyway, really neat results. Had a lot of fun with this bowling pin. We may shoot a couple more and see what happens. This time I told him a little something different. I told him to aim high, like above that little red strips. You see there's a couple of red stripes. I told him to aim a little bit above that. Let's hit the top of the pin and see if we get any different results. Turn the safety off and fire away, sir. Try again. Take your time. There you go. I think he hit the top of it that time. Let's check it out. in the last section. I thought he hit the top of it, but he didn't. He actually nicked the side of it. I'll show you later. But I'm going to try to see if he can't get a good shot on the top of the pin. I want to see how the top of the pin reacts to these 22 LR rounds. So take it away, Catfish. Take the safety off and fire when ready, sir. He hit it. We'll just have to find out where. Catfish John and I are a team. So he done really good of hitting the bowling pin, but we're having a little bit of trouble hitting the top of it. He's tried a couple of times. He's still got some hits, but not where we wanted. So we're going to see if old Dad can. He can probably outshoot me. So, but we're going to try and just see what we can get here with the top of the bowling pin. I think I hit the top of the bowling pin. Let's investigate and find out for sure. This is where he hit it the first time. He was close, but he hit it here, and you can see it just kind of nicked it. It marked it up. It was not a direct hit. If you can see, it did kind of flare this out just a little bit. So it did mark it. But I wanted a shot up higher, and I hit it dead on. I don't know if you can see that, but it really made like a little hole. I do not think it went through. It looks like it came out. It did hit it. It did mark it a little bit, and then it flared out this little edge piece. I don't know what angle would be the best to show you, but as far as any real penetration, even with the 22 LR, we did not get it today. I know there's different bullets, different rounds you can try, but we're just out here having fun. These are the results that we have today. Buddy of mine by the name of New York Prepper, he's going to be making a trip up here, Lord willing, in the spring. So we've got more bowling pins, and I don't want to really shoot anything else until he gets here. Come on in here, Catfish John. He's still got his range equipment on. We've had a good day. But anyway, when New York Prepper comes, Lord willing, we are going to try to shoot bowling pins. He's going to bring some guns up, different rounds. I'm going to bring some guns, different rounds. But let us know what you would like to see us shoot. And if you say 12 gauge, that's fine. If you say a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum or 454 Casull or 9 millimeter, excuse me, I think he's going to bring a 10 millimeter 1911 platform as well. I got a 45 ACP platform, 1911. But if you wouldn't care, be a little more specific. Instead of just saying a 12 gauge round, tell us what. Would you want to see it double lock buck? Or if you want the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, what kind of round would you like to see us shoot this with? Same with the 454 or 9 millimeter, whatever the case may be. Let us know what you would like to see us shoot this with. AR, Mosin, whatever the case may be. And we obviously don't have access to every gun, every round that's ever existed. But what we do have with your ideas, hopefully we'll make some pretty good videos, but this was really shocking to me today. So you learn something new every day. I did. I was surprised. Had a lot of fun. My buddy Catfish John. I want to thank our camera woman, Miss Kentucky Patriot. It's right before Christmas, so I want to wish you and your family the very best this Christmas holiday. Check us out on Facebook. If you would do me a huge favor, like, share, and subscribe. Also, check us out, if you would, on the Reloaders Network. In case something ever happens on this platform, you can always find us there at the Reloaders Network. My buddy Loads of Bacon. May God bless you. We wish you and yours. I'm going to leave the saluting up to John. I got a bowling pin in my hand. The Kentucky Patriot. Salute and show him how to do it, brother. Signing off.